What's poppin', people? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. Hope you enjoyed the Salford Regional, getting to see it live broadcasted here on YouTube. Thanks again to OP for letting me do that. It was a very, very cool experience. And we've got some locals footage from the week before, so I'm catching up on some local stuff, being a little bit more selective as we head into BT15 soon. I think it releases this Friday? This Friday or next Friday, one of the two. I think it's next Friday. So yeah, looking forward to that, and as a result, I get to be a little bit more selective with my games. A rapid starter deck built in the back, and gaogamon and a mental training. So Mirage not really in position to pop off just yet. That Henry will buy him an extra turn, although I don't think we're going to actually see much of that of the Henry unless Liam has to push up here. So we are going to move into the Mat Gao, which is going to bounce a 4 back, which is going to gain us back 2 because of the Gao. And we're going to go for the Searcher Gao, which is going to bin off 2 Zudo Aces, and we're going to find just 1 piece. At the very least, since you did reset him back, there's a little bit of extra time that you've got. Double Typhoon will help you search for now. It's going to find the Henry, and then there's 2 terriermons. Looks like he's going to take the Searcher one, the EX4 Alliance Warping Terriermon. And it looks like we are just going to commit that body to board. Again, finds the double hit, which kind of works against him here, because now he's pushed himself up to 10 cards in hand. But at least gets those searches done before the Tax Wolf is actually down. We're just going to get to bounce 1 back to hand with the Mirage, which will then gain 2 rather than 3. Ooh, use the Gaomon to make both of them draw a card, and then because a card was added to hand, gains back 2. So 1 cost Gaomon, then we're going to Training, which bounces it, and now we're going to gain back 3, putting him to exactly 12. Looks like we're going to have the rookie go first. Just going to let it die off. No jamming, but what are you super afraid of, really, in Terrier security? Swing on Suspend. We don't have a Thomas, so no burst here, so instead just going to go for the 1 choke. I don't hate this. Trying to go for the 1 choke to try and get as much value out of it as possible. We are going to get the Willis gains back the memory because that's the EX2 Terriermon. When a green tamer is played, you gain 1 memory, so 3 costs down to 2. Not quite as efficient as having the starter deck Terriermon, but you do what you got to do. Got to crack a double Typhoon to put Alliance down, and we're going to suspend the Willis in order to evolve for slightly less cost. Not that it's really going to matter, but at least clears off the rookie. Gonna push out a Betamon just in case. And it would be quite funny if we just evolved over it to get jamming of some kind. It would get a card bounce to hand as well. Oh, we're just gonna slam the Zudo, okay. Bounces 1 back to hand, so then we get the Inherit Sparring as well as Tax Wolf, giving back 3. I'm gonna go into the Gaogamon. This one, I guess, is the one that free plays Thomas if you have one. We did get the value out of drawing it, then Burst Mode is going to get us unsuspended. Swing, and then we're just going to send 4 to the bottom. Unsuspend, hits the giant missile, and down it goes. Now, where do we go from here? Gonna go into the MirageGaotamon, is going to gain that plus 4k. Shout out to Conquest Collectibles, providing us with the DP buffs, and then we're going to bounce the Willis back to hand as well as get to play a Thomas of his own. So pretty good tempo swing. Not fully able to clear out with the Mirage the way he wanted, but having plus 5k as a result of the 4k from the blocker, and then plus 1 for having 8 cards in hand. Mirage set up quite nicely. Gonna play that Willis back down, gain that memory back once again. Alliance in the back. And the problem is, again, this is still gonna cost too much, so he's not even gonna bother suspending. The Willis is just gonna get the value, and now we're just plus 1k on the Mirage. Or plus 2 it seems. Oh yeah, I think the gaogamon is a your turn as well. We're gonna bounce once again, just dropping the Tax Wolf down on top of the Zuba. Gonna play the Thomas swing, tap it, and then swing again.
Matrix Digivolution.
What's poppin', Tamers? We're back with Play Armour once again. A bunch of people ask me why I drink Play Armour, and it's because they sponsor me. Duh. Jokes aside, I actually was drinking Play Armour before all of that, because I actually don't have much of a sweet tooth, and I find a lot of energy drinks to be too sweet, especially a lot of the powder brands. But the no sugar approach for Player Armour and their focus on more tart, like sour flavors, really suits my palate. The fruit punch is really just fruity and packs a nice kick. The blue raspberry is really, really nice as well, nice and sour, kind of like when you get those slushies. If you want something a little bit on the sweeter side, there's the strawberry lemonade, which is more strawberry than it is lemonade. And they do have the lemon flavors as well. And I can tell you for a fact that the new black cherry flavor goes foolish. Yeah, the way I mix mine is by getting the dry powder in and then getting a little bit of water in and just mixing it around to try and make a slurry. Then I add up to half the bottle and shake it a baby. Whilst these players are getting shuffled up, I do want to say a massive shout out to everyone that has been supporting the channel financially. Appreciate all the support that you guys have been giving us. At the mega level, I want to say a massive thank you to Justice Josh, tier 3 sub on Twitch, as well as an ultimate tier here on YouTube. With the rest of our ultimates, we do have the Tommy NT, Tommy Tricks on the sticks, and 3 Strike Rule. Then at the champions tier, we have Bradley Robb, Seb Bainbridge Coombs, and DHM celebrating 6 months time as a member. Then at the rookies, wait, did I goofed this somehow. Champion, sorry, is Shinikari, Coffee Deus, and DHM, who's upgraded to champions. And then, yes, the gang at the rookies also joined by Greatness Beam and King Fujitoro. And Solo Ouroboros at the champion level as well. I just goofed this whole segment. It'd be like that. It's because YouTube makes these impossible to read. But this board state looks pretty simple to read. 2 rookies on that left side make that 3, with the terriermon allowing us to play a Lopmon. Lopmon going to be probably giving alliance to the gaogamon, so it's going to swing with jamming 2 checks. Hits the Thomas though, so as far as tempo swings go, that's a lot of memory that you now have to carry over. So goes for the Digivolve Rapid, which won't Digivolve anything, and you don't have protection because there's no tamer. So going to bounce 1 back to hand. Not going to gain too much else out of that. Correct the boost. Strip 2, bounce the Lopmon. And then this should just be Mirage to clear. Mirage, yep, bounce it back to hand. And it's going to get the 1 choke. Prevents the security from getting caught by getting super wide. I know those cards did return to hand, so we can just do them again. But it looks like we're going to build the Rapid in the back. Yeah, that alliance check was nice, but hitting the Thomas off of the security was really, really rough. Where do we go from here? We're not even going to get swing and suspend off of it. Ooh, hitting tamer for tamer. Now they're both on mem setters. Not too shabby. Just going to start building up the next one. Gets a free Thomas. Now that burst mode obviously did eat it up. Just going to send 1 to the bottom, not even going to check it. We are going to hit a Rapid. I don't see any reason to not just extend further. Playing the extra mem setter is going to make them both draw, then just scoops 1 away, swing and suspend. Double Typhoon gets the suspension on 2. And green security seems kind of like a hellhole. You either hit a tamer or you hit something that suspends. Sometimes suspends and locks down. That's not ideal. So we're just going to go for a training, find another burst mode to go into the next one, so you know that you need to answer that Mirage, otherwise you are in trouble. It's -4 when swinging, which would bring the 12 down to 8, but because it's not on the Yaromon, doesn't get to get the extra power, which is a shame. If there was an alliance body, then maybe we get 2, but we're just going to get the D-Digivolve, but I guess also you'd have to play around Zudo, which is pretty important. Zudo would still get the strip and bounce, which is why he can't really commit to the swing, because he'd be +2 when suspended, which means he would be able to swing over the Zudomon, but he would lose those 2k DP inherits. So I don't really hate the Rapidmon to clear the, what is it, BT8 Rapid? Minus 5k to the suspended body, which he was able to do pretty comfortably. We don't even have to crack the training here, because you should be able to double clear, so it should be pretty comfy. Let me take a shot. There it is. We're going to see the bounce of the Tamer instead. Gets out his own Tamer. So I think maybe we're just going to try and go for burst mode. Swing on suspend, swing on suspend, swing on suspend. Obviously, though, the thing he does have to be careful of is... Yeah, okay, I don't hate that. You have to be careful about the Mega Gaogamon Ace. And he's given him just about enough memory that the Mega Gaogamon Ace won't be able to lock them both down aggressively, and he was waiting out the bounce protection. So without bounce protection, now it can get scooped by the next Mirage. So really well set up here from Liam. Gonna go for the second one. That's pretty smart, actually. Technically, there are no blockers, but I think it's pretty obvious that that is what we're expecting to see. We're gonna gain a bunch of memory back, play out of Thomas. And it looks like we are going to flip burst for that burst evo, swing and send 4 to the bottom. I do wonder whether we have the Mega Gaogamon Ace, but we are going to swing, get rid of 1, and then there is the last one. Clean stuff there from Mirage, showing what it can do when it gets going, and that is going to be a 2-0. If you like what you saw and you do want to see more, then make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. Consider joining the membership, so maybe I'll actually not mess up the sponsor reel. And as always, have yourselves a damn good one.